doing better. I'm on the upswing, I guess I would say. Thank you, Jennifer. Um, I'm on the upswing doing better, but uh-oh, what did I do? I took a picture. Oh, what is this trying to do? There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'm doing better, but I'm on antibiotics and steroids and give me the munchies. So I have some, I don't have a lot of like crunchy, snacky. Wait, what am I doing here? I just jumped right in and started talking. But I should actually be doing a single crochet row and not a double crochet row. So I don't know why I put this in here like this. I think I just got freaked out because there's so many people, so many more people in here than I am used to. It got up to like 300 people and I was like, ah, okay. I just wanted to jump up, but yeah, thanks for the reminder to hydrate. Well, it's not a stitch, it's a pattern. It's the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. Sorry, there's the bronchitis. Yeah, I was on, I think it was last night. I don't know, I can't keep my days straight. Might have been 2 days ago. Hi. The last time I worked on this, I did like 7 rows, and usually I do about 6 rows each time. So it feels like it's in the way. There we go. Maybe this needs to go like this. Yes, that's the problem. All right. I was not, hi Brienne, I was not as productive today as I would have liked to have been. Was anybody productive today? And what's everyone working on? What's everyone doing? Really kind of overloaded my desk. It's the pretzels. There we go. You're taking a little bit of a break from crocheting today for a little bit, drinking a boatload of water. Okay, that's good. Went to the grocery store, meat in the crock pots for meal prep tomorrow, but nothing major. Oh, that sounds nice. Meat. I wonder if I have anything I can throw in the crock pot. I think I could do some bone broth. But I still have a lot of broth left from the last big meat thing I did was at Christmas. I made myself a turkey and I was really enjoying that. Call Me Kim says, I'm working on a scarf. I started January 5th. Well, I don't feel so bad then because I've been working on this since, I don't know. It was before Christmas. because I remember saying, I want to get as much done on this as I can before I go see, you know, at Christmas, do my visiting and stuff. I knew I was going to be going up north for a visit and staying there for, you know, a week or more. And, yeah, so I was like, I knew I was going to be setting this down. But I don't remember when exactly I started. Thank you. It's called a 6-day blanket, but this is my, I don't know, 11th day, I think. So if I could just, you know, if I were not working on it on lives, I could probably sit and work on it for, um, do like a marathon, you know, a couple marathon sessions, or like sit in front of the TV all weekend and crank it out. But I have committed to making the entire thing on live videos, which I'm kind of regretting. It's taking so long. Hi, Andrew. It's taking so long, and I'm ready to move on to other things. That's all. So let's see, what other things do I have going on? I have granny square stuff that I want to do. I have a blanket I'm calling a chaos blanket, and I have a little granny square adaptation that I want to release, and there's a lot of stuff. I always have a lot of stuff on the burner. Excuse me. I have a lot of new stuff on the burner in my membership community too, on the back burner, on the secret burner. I got people working on star blanket ponchos over there to try and get a pattern release for that, because everybody keeps bugging me for it. And I don't think y'all are gonna like them, but you know, whatever. What can I say? Oh, you were. Whoa, there's my pretzels. What did I say? I have too much stuff going on here. These are like the oldest pretzels too. I don't even remember when I bought these. And they're honestly not that stale, but they're a little stale. But I had them in a Ziploc. I just wanted something crunchy. Have you ever had that? Where you just had to have something crunchy. And of course, of course, what? Oh, I'm taking the steroids for my bronchitis, so that, I think they give me the munchies. All right. It's going great tonight, guys. Just going great. Yeah, I'm doing better. I'm definitely better. Oh, thank you, Allie. Okay, where'd the hook go? There it is. Yeah, I'm definitely better. This marker is to remind me to do the do the stitch balm in the middle of the row. Are there football games on tonight? Is it still football? Or is it the Super Bowl this weekend? When is that Super Bowl? Is that tomorrow? I honestly couldn't care less about it, but I know it's coming. Oh, the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Okay. It's probably a great time to go grocery shopping. Maybe I'll do that. Who's in it? Who's playing? Chiefs. Is that Kansas City? I don't even know. I don't know anything about football. I grew up in the the last playoff game is tomorrow. Somebody just said the Super Bowl is tomorrow. 49ers, another team against Baltimore. Chiefs and Ravens. Oh, my daughter lives in Baltimore. How do I not even know that? She said she put purple in her hair one day and everybody was like, "Are you a Ravens fan?" And she was like, "Ugh." Super Bowl tomorrow, Chiefs and Ravens. Okay, okay. I don't really care about it other than I'm aware it's like a big American holiday. My daughter, who lives in Baltimore, probably doesn't even know Baltimore's in it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens, and Lions and San Francisco 49ers. Winner of each goes to the Super Bowl. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So it's not the Super Bowl tomorrow, it's just the playoffs. I remember when I used to have a dance company years ago, I used to have my rehearsals on Sunday nights, and then there were people in my company that wouldn't come to rehearsal on the Super Bowl, and I was like, "What? You'd rather watch the Super Bowl than go to dance rehearsal? That's crazy." Who in the world would ever care more? Who would ever choose football over dancing? And then we had a guest artist come in one time and I was like, "Well, can you come on this day? But it's the Super Bowl." And they were like, "Who cares about the Super Bowl? Nobody cares about that." I was like, "Some of my dancers won't come." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" Hey Taylor, how are you? I'm hanging in there. I'm feeling a little better today. Getting a little better day by day. All right, I'm on to row 2. Ding, ding, ding. Is that a knot? Nope, it is not. Thank goodness. I don't want no knots in my yarn. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, how's your star blanket coming along? And which video did you follow? Thank you. Easier than the regular 6-day kit. Yeah, I think the 6-day start is easier than the 6-day kit. Oh, you're gonna have a granddaughter or grandchild. That's so great. Congratulations. Well, you could do a little 6-day star blanket in no time. Just pick what colors to match her nursery, or just do like, yeah. Um, choose like a book, a children's book. like I Love You So Much or The Hungry Caterpillar or something like that, a classic children's book, The Velveteen Rabbit, and match the colors on that. That's another thing I see people do a lot. Or you could do like black and white or like oranges and orange and green. How's everybody's weather been? It warmed up here and it was so nice yesterday. It was like in the 70s. And I've been sleeping with my windows open and I had my heat turned off. And it's been great. And now it's back down to like 50 degrees. Yeah, it was really nice yesterday. I took a walk down to the beach. I could have taken a chair down there and sat. It was it was like that nice. Oh yeah, it was foggy today and I saw on the news there was a big accident on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. It was really scary cuz I drive over there all the time. ice last week. Yeah. I didn't get any ice or snow down here. We got some below freezing temperatures, which was annoying, but other than that, nothing too crazy. $11 inches, wow. Hi, Brittany, thank you. Thank you for sharing the live. If you're not crocheting, remember to tap the screen and do the likes and the shares and the subscribes. Well, the subscribe would be over on YouTube, but I always forget to ask people to hit the screen and tap the screen and share the live. Helps push it out to more people. Hey, Pat. How have you been? Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. Maybe like 3-4 lives. Oh, bummer. Hi, thank you. Whatever that was that happened, thank you. I think this is the 11th day. There may actually be more videos than that because I think I was having a technical problem and I had to stop and come back a couple times. on the early ones, and I did a bunch of swatching. I'm still doing the Bikram yoga. I'm getting better at it. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. And you know what? You inspired me. After we talked about it, the very next day, I went and I got an online subscription to a studio in San Jose so I could do it. I wanted like a West Coast studio because I'm kind of a night owl. I don't get up really early in the morning. And so I wanted later classes. And they have a 5:30 a.m. Pacific time class every day, which starts at 8:30 for me, which is perfect for me. So I went a few times and then I went up north and I got sick. And so I haven't done it. But I think maybe tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, I think I'll be ready to try again. And I'm just doing it at home. And I cannot do a lot of the postures anymore. When I think about how good I used to be at that yoga and how little I can do now, it's really, really humbling to say the least. But I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, so you inspired me to get going in Bikram yoga again. It's not nearly as hard when you don't have the heat to deal with and you are at home doing it on your own and doing modified versions of absolutely every single posture. I don't think there's a single posture I can do without modifying. And like, I can't sit on my knees at all. So, like, that whole series, rabbit posture, all of those, I can't do any of those. I can't do the laying down and getting up and in all the sit-ups and all that stuff. I just kind of sit and wait through those. I don't keep going up and down. So but I'll get there. I'll get there again. It felt really empowering to try. Oh, the balancing postures, forget it. I couldn't do them even when I was in shape because I had nerve damage on my right. I damaged my right femoral nerve when I was giving birth to my son. And so ever since then, I've never been able to balance on one leg. Oh, yeah. And I'm a yoga teacher. I have a 200-hour certification, so I I'm not afraid to modify things. I can give myself other exercises to do and um or another way to do the posture so that I'm still engaging. Yeah. And then I'm done by like 10 o'clock and I do my meditation and I'm good for the rest of the day. Usually I finish meditating by 10, but it's all good. I'm only halfway done. Can you imagine what this is going to be like to work on when it's the end? And I still haven't decided on an edge, so what should I do about that? And I think I'm going to have a lot of leftover yarn here, a lot of it. I ordered a lot. I ordered 3 of each color, and I'm at the halfway point, and I haven't even finished one skein of any of the colors. To use them for something different. Blanket requires a lot of stamina. I'm like thinking about all the other things I want to be working on right now. Like I'd rather be doing this or that or something else. Oh, I keep getting my yarn caught on mugs full of hooks that I have everywhere. Hooks sticking out of mugs. Hooks in mugs. You did? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's another one I can't do because I can't get up on my knees like that. I'll get there though. I'll get there. Do you all know that when you share the live, you don't really have to send it to anyone? You can just click copy the link. Thanks for following. I quit smoking thanks to bronchitis, so thank God for bronchitis in my situation. Yeah, I used to do that too. I used to smoke. But remember how when you smoke cigarettes and you're coughing, remember how sometimes having a cigarette would actually make you stop coughing? That was the worst feeling. I've definitely been in that situation. I've definitely quit smoking because of bronchitis before, but I started back up many times, and then I don't remember how I finally quit. I just kept quitting until I never started again. And you know how there are like certain people in your life that you always smoke around them, so when they see you they're like, oh, you want to smoke, you know, like let's go smoke, and you're like, oh yeah, this sounds fun. I remember this was fun. Let me bum one, I'll have a smoke. And then they lent me a cigarette and I smoked it, and I got so sick. I had a headache and I was just like, never again. Not worth it. That stopped being fun. And I don't miss it now. I do not miss it anymore. I try to tell people when you quit, you know, it's really hard to quit, but there will come a time when you're not thinking about it all the time. And that's the hard part when you first quit, is that you're just thinking about it all the time. But after a while, you stop thinking about it. And I remember someone telling me once that they had quit and they were like, if somebody offered me a cigarette right now, I would love to light one up. I would still, you know, that would still feel good and taste good. That would be so great. But I'm just, you know, I'm not going to do it, even though, no, I don't feel that anymore. I can't even imagine lighting up a cigarette. Oh my gosh. Not in my wildest. No desire. Hmm. What's everybody's plans for Valentine's Day? That's coming up in a couple weeks, right? Well, I went back to work thinking I was better, had half a cigarette, put all my cigarettes and all my lighters on the break room table. Wow. Thanks for following. Make sure to like and share the live. Stay home and cook. What are you going to make yourself? Let me think what I would make for myself. Maybe some chocolate cheesecake. Get myself a little chocolate cheesecake. And, my favorite food is like ribs or salmon or some kind of brisket or steak. Maybe I'll take myself out for dinner. Pasta dish. I have never had plans for Valentine's Day. I don't think I ever had a date. My daughter just told me that she and her sweetie are going to a little Airbnb for Valentine's Day, and I was like, "What?" I know, right? When I was married, my husband never did anything nice for me. When we were dating, his mom used to order flowers and stuff, and I could tell they were from his mom. I could tell that his mother did it, and he didn't want to give it to me. Why'd I marry that guy? Probably just movie night with my daughter. Thanks for following. Oh, it's fine. Have y'all been following these? This couple keeps coming up on my feed, and I don't know if they're on like one of those reality shows or something, but it comes up as Love on the Spectrum, and they're like, both of these two individuals are autistic, and apparently he took her on like an African safari or something, and they sing Disney songs to each other, and they love Disney movies, and it's just the sweetest. I'm like, that's what I want my next relationship to be like. They're always like, you're the best boyfriend for me because you make me feel like a princess with all this romance. And he's like, you make me feel like a Disney prince with romance. it's it's so great. They're just like completely, they're so positive with each other, and then he starts singing a Disney song and she just goes there, and they're singing together. It's so sweet. It's the sweetest thing. Like, that is my relationship. Next relationship, I want it to be like that, or forget it. I'd rather not. I'll just stay here in a relationship with myself and my yarn. It's going good. We are in love. We're all over each other here. Literally. Oh, brother. Come on, Betty. can tell I've been sick a while, huh? No way, I won't. I don't even care. I have never been happier. I'll just say that. They're so sweet. And she's like, when we get married, we can have a bowl of candy on the table with all your favorite stuff. So cute. Oh my gosh. X spends the holidays like Valentine's, Mother's Day making fake Facebook accounts and messaging me. How wow. Oh boy. Block. Can't won't it let you block the uh future accounts they might create? You always oh, that's so sweet. You always have your fans. I have real life friends too, a lot of great real life friends. Maybe my sister will come down. I'm supposed to go to New York again, but I don't really want to go because I've been sick. I asked them if I could Zoom in and teach the classes I'm supposed to teach, and they said no. They said, you have to be here or don't come. I thought, wow, you guys are the only ones that would risk me not being there. I'd say you're the whole. Wow, you should get a court order. That sounds really toxic. Thanks for following. I think this is my first cough drop of the day. They gave me some of that cough medication that's like the little gel pills, and they say it doesn't make you tired during the day, and it really, I don't think it does. Thank you. It's more blue than green. If you look at it over on TikTok, it looks green, but it's not green. It's blue. It's called Fjord. And this on TikTok looks, well, on YouTube it kind of does too. It looks more red than it really is. It's really more orange. It's like a brick orange almost. It's called Amber, which I don't agree with some of the color names that they gave these colors. The cranberry is like a coral pink. I think a better name for it would have been something like rosé. I'm not sure why they went with cranberry. Maybe there's something I don't know about cranberries that they look pink sometimes. I don't know. Oh, Andrew, you know what? I can take this box that I have this yarn in right here, actually, and send you that yarn, because I have a box of yarn ready to go for you, but it's not really ready to go. It is overflowing, and I need to either do 2 boxes or find a bigger box. And usually I save a bunch of boxes, but when I get stuff from Amazon or whatever, but none of them are really big enough. But this one right here, sitting next to me with my yarn from holding the yarn for this project, I can put this yarn in a basket or something, and or a plastic bin. I have plenty of those, and I can give you this box. I've been walking past that box every day going like, I need to find another box. I need to pack that up for Andrew. Thanks for following. Don't forget to like and share so that I can get more views and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, I actually used to knit more than crochet. And then my pattern went viral. And then I went back to crocheting all the time. So I do have a couple knitted patterns, but they are definitely not my more popular patterns. But yeah, I have a course in my membership too, Crocheters Learn to Knit. And then another goal I had this year was to make a course called Knitters Learn Crochet. Well, you should join my membership community and do the Crocheters Learn to Knit class. In fact, I was thinking about going through that class again and re-recording the video, the classes. So maybe I'll put that out there, a little beta test, and then see, because it's nice when there's people there in the class and they can ask you questions, or they can work along with you so that you can gauge how the material is, how it's working for them, if it makes sense. And the way that I do it is I utilize the skills you already have as a crocheter. And so when you when you first learn to knit, usually they show you how to cast on, and then they show you how to knit in garter stitch. And the casting on is more difficult than the actual knitting. And then when you make something in garter stitch, it's like, it doesn't look like knitting. It looks like, like practice. It's not satisfying if you already know how to, even if you don't already know how to crochet. It is not satisfying to start out with garter stitch. It's bumpy. It takes forever to grow longer. So you do like 2 or 3 rows and you're like, that's it. You know, when you're used to crocheting and having it go so fast. And then you're like, you're going back and forth and it's like, well, what am I making? A swatch? You know, or they tell you to make a scarf. Well, how long is a scarf? 6 feet long, and you're going to make it in garter stitch and it's going to take you 800 years to, you know, like it's just not, when you crochet and you know how fast you can whip something up, you don't want to be told it's going to take you this long, you know, an hour to make a scarf this long. You're like, forget it, I'll just crochet. So the way that I teach crocheters how to knit is I don't teach you how to cast on right away. I have you get a circular needle and a crochet hook, and we use big fat yarn, and you start with a chain, and then we pick up into the chain instead of casting on, and we work in the round. So I get you working in the round right away, and then that way you are creating stockinette and you don't have to purl. And so at the end of the course, you end up with this little baby hat, and you learn knitting, purling, ribbing, decreasing, I-cord. You learn how to pick up stitches. You learn how to cast off. And then after you do all that and you cast off the hat, then I show you how to cast on, because that's the hardest part to learn. But once you have learned how to knit and do all those other things, casting on is much easier. So that's how I do it. And it's a great little class. I think I'll run it again and get it going. I just made a single headband with a single stitch. It looks knitted. So then after we did that class, because I had people in the community that wanted to learn and wanted to knit, wanted to learn how to knit, and then I had some knitters that wanted to work on projects. So we went, it's in my membership community, the Betty McKnitiverse. It's bettymcknituniverse.com. Yeah, so we went from that to learn to knit socks. So now if you know how to knit in the round, you can knit socks. So we did a little learn to knit socks class, and it's a logical progression from the crocheters learn to knit into learn to knit socks. So we did that, and then we did, from there, we went to the wonderful Wallaby. We did a crochet along for that, because that sweater, that is a knitted sweater that's knitted completely in the round, and it uses all those skills. It's just to a more complicated level. So we had a bunch of people make those wallabies, and then that's when I got stuck. I stalled because by the time we got like 3/4 of the way through the class, they were done with their wallabies, and I still stupidly made one to fit me instead of making like a child size or something so that I could keep up with the class or stay ahead of the class. I was like doing it like I was a participant and not the leader. And I went through and they beat me. They made the one lady made a sweater to fit herself that was around the same size as mine. And then another lady made a kid sweater, and she was done in like 2 weeks. And I never finished mine. And I went to pick it up one day and finish it or work on it, because I was sitting here like on a call or something, bored with nothing to do. and it was the only thing sitting here, and I thought I'll work on this. This is just a bunch of knitting, and I couldn't find my notes, and I couldn't remember what the heck I was doing. So I never finished that sweater, and it would be a perfect sweater for down here on the beach too. The Wallaby is it's like a hoodie sweatshirt, and they're real easy to make, and they're really practical to wear. The one lady that made hers was like, I love this. She made it for herself. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah, let me get that class up and running again. Let me put that on my to-do list. I'm really bad, as you all know, at like editing videos, and that was when I was doing that, I was trying to make the video from Zoom calls, and I was not using the same software that I use now that will it will record the content, but it doesn't record the Zoom screen. It records. But anyways, I was using a different camera setup, and then what would happen on the Zoom call is people were unmuting themselves without my knowledge because I'm looking at my hands, right? And so they would unmute themselves, and they'd go like, or like make a noise, or there would be a noise in the background of of the call. And on Zoom, the video jumps to that person, or it did because I didn't have it set up properly. So the video's jumping over to that person, and I'm like crocheting something, knitting something, and explaining what I'm doing. And it's like the video is somebody just sitting there looking at the screen, like trying to follow what I'm doing, like I just really did not know what I was doing. Back in the Zoom days, the pandemic Zoom days, when everybody was like, we can keep going, we'll just do this over Zoom. Thank you. What's up, Crochet Therapy? I'm doing great. I have bronchitis, but I'm healing. Tell me about Crochet Therapy. What does that mean? I'm on the mend. Oh, there goes my overhead. Hey, Cindy. Yep, I'm doing better. Slowly but surely. Oh, come on now. Crochet therapy is your type of therapy? There we go. Excuse me. Oh, I know. I do a lot of content around crochet for mental health. I'm actually a somatic movement therapist. I hold crochet self-care meetings like once a month. I did not schedule one this month because I haven't been feeling well, but I think the next one is February, I want to say 21st, something like that. If you Google somatic crochet, my page with all my meetings should come up with a registration link. I think crochet is incredible therapy. I think it's a wonderful hobby. I don't think crochet takes the place of therapy, but I think it is a great self-care hobby, a great tool for stress reduction. It's a good way to, buffer the anxiety, and it's also a great way to connect with other people. Oh, the word is somatic, Somatic. I'll type it in. Oops. Outer Banks Crochet is also me. I don't have a somatic crochet TikTok yet. I have an Instagram. I'm just kind of starting I've been doing the content for a while, but I want to write a book this year about the what I teach and what I do. A somatic crochet book. Oh yeah, probably the hexagon cardigan, because she said she was having a hard time, or she was looking for one that was size inclusive. And I believe mine is fully size inclusive. Oh wow. I think I've been seeing you on Instagram. Are you on Instagram? I think you've been coming up on my Insta a lot. Okay. Someone with crochet and therapy in their name has might be like crochet therapeutic or something along those lines. So the cranberry color is actually going to be coming in next. Well, that sounds great. Let me know how I can support you. If you are thinking about starting a crochet business of any kind, I highly recommend following Pam Grice, the crochetpreneur. She's my business coach, and she's really excellent. And she started out as an Etsy seller selling makes. So she's fantastic. I hear a lot of bad business advice here on TikTok, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Well, selling online is it does come with risks, certain risks, especially if you have anxiety or mental health issues. When people start to then the trolls come out, it can really get to you, but you get used to it. This is not a stitch, it's the 60 Ridgy Didge blanket. It's a pattern. But you get used to it after a while, and then I mean, I've been doing this for a while, but I still get upset with the trolls when they come on to my pages and stuff and they get negative and it's, you know, like I've been sick for a few weeks and like during those couple of weeks that I wasn't feeling well, it was really hard, you know, like I felt more vulnerable to it. And I felt like, you know, Etsy with the reviews is just ridiculous because people use those reviews as little power trips and they think they're tattling on you or something. And people can be really uh, just mean and spiteful. Uh, but most of the time, people are wonderful. But you know how what they say, one bad apple can spoil the bunch. And you know, it's like one bad review or one negative comment or one little thing can really start to bring you down if you let it. Yeah, exactly. If you've done customer service, you get it. You get it. So that's the only thing. But I really love Pam and her work. She's really great. She's doing people are, you know, what it comes down to, and it's hard to take this in at the time when you're like dealing with the negativity, but honestly, it says more about them than it does about you. It is not a reflection on you if somebody comes after you because they can just as easily ask you a question without being a troll. or ask for, you know, ask for a refund or ask for clarification or, or point out what they, in my I design patterns. So my thing is when people don't understand a pattern or they read it incorrectly, they automatically assume that the pattern has an error. They never assume that they're doing it wrong. And then if it's like, if it's not, if it's a way they've never read or seen before, they're like, this isn't, they just want to argue and make you wrong. Can you repeat what this blanket is called? It's the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. It's in the title of the live too. 6-day Ridgy Didge. It's based on the 6-day kid blanket, which is a viral classic. I've been when I when I do the time lapse of these videos, I've been doing Milky Chants for everyone, and I don't even remember where I heard these guys the first time or how I got into their music, but now it's all stuck in my head. So I don't know. I was talking about my son on the last live, and he loves Neutral Milk Hotel, so I was looking for Neutral Milk Hotel to do for his, and I couldn't really find anything, so I just stuck with Milky Chance. I never really liked them, but my son likes them, so and I just remember way back when, I don't know, 15 years ago, my kids were both in high school, and they were like, one of them was like, oh, Neutral Milk Hotel is coming to da 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 da, and I was like, oh, okay, and like, I would go see Neutral Milk Hotel with you, and I was like, all right, like, our my two kids like want to do something together. That's cool. I'll pay for that. Sure, I'll pay $700 for whatever, like however much it was. I'll do that. And they both went to see Neutral Milk Hotel, and I listened to the music a little bit, and I was just like, And then my son went to college, and he plays guitar and sings and stuff, and he used to do these little impromptu shows at his school called No Shame, and he was at a No Shame concert, concert, I guess you could call it. It's like an open mic kind of thing, and somebody said, can you do da 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 by Neutral Milk Hotel? And he was like, oh yeah, I know that song. And he just sang the entire song and played it on guitar, and I was like, wow, like that was my kid. Just did that. I was in complete disbelief. And I don't know why, because he's an amazing musician, but so then I started listening to Neutral Milk Hotel, or it started coming up like on my Pandora or something. And I just got into it. It kept coming up, kept coming up, kept coming up. And then I went and picked him up from school one time, and I said, what is this? I've been like, Neutral Milk Hotel has been coming up. Like, what songs do you like? And he was like, oh, I like the blah, blah, blah album. And we listened to the entire thing from start to finish. And I knew all the songs because they had been coming up on Pandora, but I had never listened to them all in order. And apparently they had like an order that they went in, and some of them were, like there was no space in between them, which you could kind of tell when you listen to it on Pandora, and one of them just cuts out, you know, or they start in and it's like in the middle of something, you know. So I was like, all right, this is making a lot more sense. But then he was just like, as a musician, just like talking about the different songs and stuff. And it was just like, wow, just to listen to him talk about it, you know, was really cool. It made me like the music even more. So anyways, that's my story about Neutral Milk Hotel and my son. Let's see. Okay, so what am I doing? So this pattern is based on the 6-day kid blanket. And if you don't know anything about the 6-day kid blanket, it is the same 6 rows of stitches. All the variations are pretty much the same 6 rows, but you change colors on different rows and it creates a different look every time. So this particular version is called the Ridgy Didge, and we're changing colors between rows 5 and 6. And instead of doing row 6 the normal way, which would just be double crochet, we do front post double crochet, and that's what creates that ridge. And then I had a thanks for following. I had a contest to give the new variation, the new stripe variation, a name, and we came up with Ridgy Didge because I have a lot of Australians in my following. So I guess that's an Australian saying that means like I think they said it means like honest and truthful, or like the real deal, something like that. But actually one of my followers came up with the stripe itself, and I just, you know, wrote up the pattern. It's just a pattern variation. And then whenever I have a new variation, I come up with my own edge for it. So once I complete this, I have to come up with an edge for it, which I haven't decided on yet. But I still have this right here was the halfway point of the blanket, pretty sure. This is Scented Stitches Aromatherapy Balm. So you put it on your finger where you tension the yarn, and it smells nice. And the balm goes into the yarn as you work, and it scents the project. And it also just smells really nice when you're working. I had someone, one of my followers using it, says that they are not getting the callus over here. It's really nice. Let's see. So I do it at the beginning at the beginning of every row, and then I put a marker in the middle so I could remember to reapply so that there's aroma here too. And a lot of people have been asking me, like, what happens when you wash it? Does it still smell? And the answer is, I don't know, because I haven't washed anything yet. But what I like about it the most, and crochet therapy, this is part of my somatic work, is when I crochet an item, I like to, I do a lot of energy work. So I like to set an intention for the project that I'm making. So part of the intention happened when I chose the colors. I chose colors that I felt excited about. So then I thought, well, which scent should I use? Power is my favorite. I love that one. Calm, confidence. They're all very nice. But I thought, well, I'm excited about the colors, so I'll do cheer for this one. And that's how I chose the particular aroma that I wanted to work with. But it's been a good intention because I've been sick and I've been, feeling kind of down. So it's been helpful for me to be able to come in here and work on this and be reminded to be cheerful and positive, especially when I was feeling like so vulnerable about people trolling me on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. I have a link in my link tree. If you visit the link in my profile, I have a link, an affiliate link. So I'd love it if you clicked that to buy them, because I do get a commission from them. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's called Scented Stitches. And they're just a lovely company. I met her at H&H. The craft council, craft council, now I forget the name. Craft Industry Alliance. Yeah, they have a conference every year. So I met her at the Craft Industry Alliance conference last year, and I saw the product and I was just like, this is so on brand for me. I gotta have it. And then we did a little giveaway earlier this year, which was really successful, or at the end of last year for the holidays. And she's just great to work with. You get a lot of free product when you order from them. They put a lot of little goodies in the bag. And yeah. My favorite of them is Power. It smells like Palo Santo, and I love that smell. I don't know how much you're supposed to use, but I started this at the beginning of this blanket. So it lasts a long time. I could probably do it more, but I've been trying, I put this here so that I would remember to put some on at the halfway mark, because I thought there's not going to be any scent in the middle. It's just only going to be on the ends, because I was just doing it at the beginning of the row. I like the way these two colors look next to each other. So my process for choosing colors was like, I knew I wanted to use this yarn because I like Lion Brand, and I had never tried this Respun. I like the idea of it being recycled. I'm trying to really be more like purposeful and conscious about things like that, using recycled materials. So I felt really good about it. Again, I had seen the yarn at H&H. So I thought, well, I'll try this. And I went through their colors online, and I ordered 11 colors that I liked out of, I think they have like 15 or 16 colors, but there were some I was like, I'm not going to do black. I'm not going to do white. I'm not going to do cream. I don't like the color tactic of just like adding cream to a color combination or adding black to a color combination. It's just not, oh, wonderful. Let me know how you like it. Which one did you get? Yeah, so I was just like, there were certain colors I was like, nah, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. And I just ordered one of the rest of them. And it ended up being 11 colors. And I got them out, and I was like, there's like two yellows here. One of them is bright and one of them is more the variety pack. Yeah, that's a good one. One of them is more mustard and the other one's more bright. There were like some tans and some beiges and some colors that were just kind of like browns. They're fine colors, but I didn't feel excited about them. So I picked the ones that I felt excited about. And that was my methodology. Somebody had a video on, I don't know if it was like Instagram or where I saw it, but they were like, how to avoid bad color combinations. And I was like, what? I'll put whatever colors I want together. Excuse me. Bad color combinations. Someone told me they thought these colors were atrocious, and I muted her on my YouTube channel. It's probably why I don't get any views, because I mute people if I don't like what they say. But that's just one of the ways I deal with trolls. Hey, Andrew. Well, I mean, it is what it is. My YouTube channel is not like so super successful, so I got to make some changes. I want to hire a channel manager and just get some help and do it properly, because I'm really not doing it properly. I'm just throwing stuff up there, I'm not doing it right. Crochet Therapy says, I like these colors. The red and the green gives me a Christmas vibes a little. Well, they're not red and green at all. The colors are not accurate here on TikTok. If you go over to YouTube, the YouTube colors are a little more accurate. They're still not quite right, but yeah, you get a better idea what they actually look like. I don't really understand why. I am using an iPhone here, so you would think it would be really super accurate. I guess I'm using the front camera though, so yeah, it's more coral, and then the green, it's not really green at all. It's more blue. I guess I would have to use the back camera. I don't know. I think I probably need to get another device to so that I can do my content properly. Yeah, no, I wouldn't call it teal. Has maybe a little. Is it teal? I think it's almost more like a peacock. The name of the color is Fjord, Fjord, whatever the heck that means. It's weird, right? And then the coral, the name of this color is Cranberry, and it's not anything close to cranberry, in my opinion. I know. I know. And this looks red, and it's not. It's orange. This looks black, but it's really like dark denim blue. This is more saturated than it looks on TikTok. It's weird. Yeah, somebody came on one day and they were like, watermelon inspired. And I was like, get off my live. It is not watermelon inspired. These two colors together are actually really pretty in real life. Working really fast tonight. I should maybe measure this. Are you crocheting, Andrew? Because I did do my calculations about how long I wanted it to be. But it's not that long. It's nowhere close. Stayed up late yesterday working on your star blanket. Good job. Six or 7 rows seems to be about the sweet spot for how much I can do on this at once. And let's see, after this row that I'm working on here, I have 10 rows to go. I think that's about right. Yeah, because this is the first stripe of the 6. So this is halfway. So there's 12 after this. I really wanted to finish this up by the end of January, but I missed my goal. I keep saying unless I do 2 in one day, or I do a marathon day, which I don't think I'm feeling well enough to do, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, we've only got like 3 more days in January, right? So maybe I should try and finish this up by Valentine's Day. I think this is my 6th row of the night. Yeah, because I think I started with a single crochet row. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more. We'll see. Just got done saying 6 or... The last time I came on, I was like, 6 rows, I'm going to do 1 more. And then halfway through that 1 more row, I was like, 7 rows is too much. I should have stopped at 6. I should time myself for how long each row takes. Because maybe it takes longer than I realize. I just think, oh, I could just do this real quick. It takes about 2 rows to do 2 hours to do 6 rows. So I guess that averages about 30 minutes per row, depending on what row. I feel like the Ridgy Didge row takes the longest, and the other double crochet row is next behind that. Row 2 and row 3 feel like they go by pretty quickly. So I don't know. Be interesting to time it. Maybe I'll do row 2 and time it out and see if I'm right about row 2 being one of the quicker rows. Last time, the last row I did was the Ridgy Didge row, so that might be why I felt like this is too much. Because it's the row that takes the longest. It's the most work. I don't know. There's something about front post and back post stitches. They take longer. They're harder on your wrist and harder on your body. And bronchitis. Bronchitis. I've got bronchitis. Excuse me. Come on now. All right, I'm going to go for it, but I'm going to pop a cough drop. And I'm going to time myself. One, two, three. Okay, so I'm starting it when the live was at 1 hour and 53 minutes exactly. I feel like I can do row 2 really fast. But I'm not going to try and go faster. I'm just going to do it normal speed. But I know for a fact that row 3 is my fastest row. Oh, you're having a thunderstorm. Where at? Where are you? Kind of cooled off and the wind picked up here a little while ago. Ohio. Oh, goodness. That's no good. Oh, boy. Be careful. Kentucky is very pretty to drive through. I did that last year. I drove from where I live in North Carolina all the way to Chicago. I went to New York, Connecticut, and I picked something up, and then I drove across Pennsylvania. and I went all the way to Chicago, and then I stayed there for a few days, and then I came directly home from Chicago to North Carolina, and that took me 2 days. Such a lovely drive. Oh, I grew up in Western PA. I saw a bunch of states last year. I got Starbucks mugs, a bunch of Starbucks mugs on my trip. I used to live right outside of Raleigh. I'm on the Outer Banks. I don't know if I've ever actually been to Raleigh. I think I went last year for the Carolina Fiber Fest. Yeah, I love it here. Going to Carolina Beach in May. It's wonderful. It's been 6 minutes. Eight minutes. 11 minutes it's been. Since I started this row, I'm timing to see how long it takes me to do this row. It's been 12 minutes so far. Some rows are faster than others. And I was speculating that I think that row 3 is my fastest row, and I think row 2 is pretty close behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I wasn't really sure because it does take about 2 hours to do 6 rows, but the rows aren't all the same. They're different. So last night I ended with row 6, which I think is the row that takes the longest. And I was kind of like, I'll just do one more row kind of thing. And then halfway through the row, I was like, I'm too tired because I haven't been feeling well. I have bronchitis. I'm taking a bunch of medication. And it was like, oh, that sounded like a good idea, but that row I think it took longer than I realized it was going to take. And so then I just kind of got curious, like, I wonder how long each row takes. And then I started timing this row because it's the last row I'm going to do. So it's just kind of like, well, I wonder what it's just me doing stuff to keep myself entertained. There was a post on Facebook recently, and it just said something like, always time by how many rows I can get done before the dogs need to go out. That's good though, because I need a dog for that reason, because then you get up out of your chair, because it is not healthy to sit in a chair for a really long time, and crochet. And we crocheters do a lot of damage to our bodies when we don't get up, so I think having a dog is a good thing. I don't have any animals right now because I don't own my house. I'm renting it. And I either have to buy it, I got to get the guy to let me buy it from him, or talk him into letting me have a dog. Because it would be nice to have one. I haven't had an animal or a pet for 2 or 3 years now since I've lived here. I have a lot of dogs, so I'm up and down from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., then crochet till 2. That sounds like a good schedule. Although if my dog got me up that early, I'd be upset because I'm not a morning person. I would have to train the dog to be a night owl like me. It's been 15, almost 16 minutes. Yep, 60. I just hit 16 minutes. I have one foster who is a 5 a.m.er. I had a foster who was like the 11 p.m. zoomies. We took him to somebody's house to be babysat for a few days one time, and they had a bunch of dogs because they fostered these dogs, and she was like, well, you could have told us that your dog likes to play at 11 p.m. We were just like, oops. We didn't train him to do that. That's just his thing. Okay, 17 minutes. Well, that's how far I got today. Well, I'm just down to this kind of stitch marker. So let's see how many days it's been. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's been 11 days. And this marker that I put over here to mark off the repeats, did I take it off? Oh no, I put it here. So it really should go at the beginning of the Fjord, because that is, so I was doing the first, so it's 1, 2, so this is going to count as the first stripe of the color repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two more times, but we're on 2. Okay, so we need 1 here. So this is my third repeat of the color sequence, starting with color, because this is color A. Color A, B, C, D, E, F. This is F. This is A. All right. I did that wrong before, so probably somewhere back on the video, whenever I put this dummy in, I'm going to have to go back and fix that. So this is why I need a YouTube channel editor. So, and a channel manager, and it has to be somebody that knows about crochet, and it's going to have to be somebody from my community. I'm going to put a call out there and get someone in here. All right, here we go. So I'll do praying hands for thank you today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Feeling I'm doing better. I'm just feeling like thankful and grateful that I have so many people to come on here and chat with and hang out with whenever I feel like it. It's really a blessing. And thanks for following along and talking and commenting and asking questions and buying my stuff through affiliate links and all that good stuff. And thank you for caring about how I'm feeling and all those good things. It really means the world. Thanks so much. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.